Yo yo, it is RX back with another video, and in this one I'm gonna talk about UFC Vegas 34 Kenyer versus Gastelum. Just quick breakdown. Um, Side note, if you're here for tape study or betting advice, I don't do that. I just talk about the fights and what I know about the fighters. That's that. So, if you want to hear advanced breakdown, go watch Pain Fight Predictions, who I'll link down below. But, besides that, like, subscribe, do all that shit. Begin or end the video, up to you, and let's get into the breakdown. First fight on the card, Ramiz Brahimaj versus Sasha Palatnikov. Really close fight on paper, in my opinion. Brahima is coming off here, getting ripped off against Bobby Green, and Palatnikov getting subbed by Impa. So both guys coming off bad losses. It could go either way in this one. The minus 130 Brahima line is weird in my opinion. I think should be 110 each. I'm not gonna make a pick for everyone on this card, in this breakdown, because I really don't have all my picks yet. But yeah, this fight's extremely close. I might be going Sasha, but I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know. It's a real great fight to open the card at 170, and yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one too. Good fighters. Only 3 fights in the UFC, so should be interesting. Next round of card, Roosevelt Roberts versus Ignacio Bahamondes. I got Bahamondes for sure, probably by decision. Last fight losing to Makesdias. I know I said that wrong. In a great fight. Looked good, but did take the L in a split, but it's whatever. And then Roosevelt in his last fight had not won a fight in a year and 2 months against Brooke Weaver. He lost to Jim Miller in a draw, I guess, yeah, against Kevin Kroon. So I really don't. Roberts being the minus 145 favorite, I don't get at all. But besides that, I think Barmondo should be at least minus 150. I know he just lost, but he looks a lot better than Roosevelt. So yeah, I got Bob Mondes easily decision, maybe a knockout, but either way, Bob Mondes. After that, you got not a great fight, because I don't think either of these two fighters are that good. William Knight versus Fabio Cherant. First one was a minus 225 for William Knight's shame, because he should never be should be anywhere near minus 180. William Knight's not that good, and I like William Knight. I'm a William Knight fan, and I can say he's not that good. And for Fabio, getting subbed by Zoe Menifield's not a good look. I don't think these guys will be in the UFC too much longer. I think Knight will win, maybe a knockout or a decision, but it's not much to say about this fight. Two guys who are not that good. Fabio, will probably be his last UFC fight when he takes another L, especially if it's a bad knockout. He'll be done, and then William Knight will get a win. But God, he looked terrible in his last fight against Duan Jung. So not much to break down. Both guys suck, and which guy sucks less? It's William Knight. I got William. I don't know, but probably a knockout, but I could easily see a decision. So after that, you got an interesting one. You got Bia Malecki versus Josie Nunez. I'm not gonna say too much. Bia's gonna easily win. Minus 155, completely agree. 2-0. I don't get why it says 2-0 pro record at fight, but whatever. Nunes is 7-1, but her name is Nunes. Doesn't mean she's Amanda. Hell, she ain't fucking Nina. But I'm not gonna say too much about this. Pretty obviously be a probably by submission or decision. Not much to say. After that, you got a veteran, not a legend yet, but a veteran, Brian Keller versus Domingo Pilates. Not much to say here. Brian Keller beats who he should, loses who he should. Look at his last 2 losses, Stamen and Simone. And then before that, he beat people like Ray Rodriguez, Hunter Azure, and Ode. He's a definition of wins when he should, loses when he should, and this is a situation of wins when he should. He's a minus 170 favorite, completely agree. I would say he should be minus 200. And for who he's fighting, Domingo, hadn't fought in a year, and Keller's last fight was 6 months ago, so that is a factor. Ring rust could be a thing a little bit, but I doubt it. I think Keller will just go in there and get a decision win. Maybe a knockout, maybe a sub. I could see it going anyway, but Keller will walk out of that cage for the win, I think. I think he's one of the few locks on the card. Looking at the card, I think there's only about 3 locks, maybe 2 to 3, and Keller is easily one of them. So yeah, for not much to say, Keller easy. After that, you got Luis Saldana versus Austin Lingo. Saldana probably shouldn't have won his last fight against Jordan Griffin. I think most people agree with that. He really shouldn't have won. And then for Lingo, won against Jacob Kilburn 7 months ago. I'm gonna go with Saldana on this one, who's minus 135 fave. Sure, I read in this fight either way. It's a close one. I really don't know much about Lingo or Saldana. But you're not here for me to know everything. So you're watching me, so you don't expect me to know anything. But pretty much just I'll go same as Baja Mendez, Luis Saldana. I'm picking him. It could be a knockout, could be a sub, could be a decision. But I got him. Not much to say about that fight. That was the last prelim. Pretty good prelim. Prelims, whatever you want to say. And then to open the main card, the fight that really should be the co-main, Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. Another dog pick. And his name's the Raw Dog for a reason. I'm going Royval on this one. Pantoja, in his last fight, beat Cape. Before that, lost to Oscar. He's a win-lose fighter. And he won his last fight. You know what that means. And Royval, I think only lost the last fight the way he did because he injured his shoulder. Could he have won? Yes. Would he have won? Probably not. And before that, he beat people like KKF and Tim Elliott. So he's 2-1 in the UFC, so not bad. I'm saying he's gonna go 3-1. The plus 140 dog. I really don't get those odds. This card has really weird betting odds. I personally don't agree with some of them, but that's whatever. But and again, I think this fight's gonna be really good. I got Royval probably by decision. It's a flyweight fight, so I don't expect too much. Unless your name's Figueiredo or Moreno or Demetrius Johnson, I don't expect too much from you. Or it's Triple C, one of those 4, but these guys aren't them. So I'm gonna go Raw Dog, the Dog, Royval by decision. After that, speaking of locks on the card, we got Vince Pichel versus Austin Hubbard. Not much to say. Austin Hubbard sucks. Vince Pichel does not suck. Pichel, I got Vince by decision. The odds being 110 each, I would have Pichel around minus 190. But that's what I think. I think he's easily a lock. I think Austin Hubbard, like I said, just sucks. and I think Purcell will win this easily. He might be 38, almost 10 years older, but age is a number. Ask ask Andrei Arlovsky and a couple other vets. Ask the guy in the co-main. We'll talk about later. But yeah, I got Purcell easily. Not much to say here. Austin, the last couple wins have been against pretty much nobody's, and Purcell has beat people like Jim Miller, so I think Purcell will win this easy. Next, a fight that changed a lot throughout the week. Trevin Jones versus Sadio Cub. I'm not gonna try and say his last name. No odds for this fight yet, but I'm guessing Trevin's probably like minus 150. I don't know a thing about Sadia Cub. He fought 5 months ago in CFFC. Never fought in the UFC. 8-2, 25 years old. Short. If this wasn't short notice, maybe you would have a chance. But short notice against Trevin Jones, I don't think was a smart fight. Jones on a 4-fight win streak. So I think he'll put it up to 5. He's another great bantamweight prospect. Like, we don't have enough of those. And I think he will do what he has to do to get the win. Either knockout, probably a knockout. I'm going to say knockout round 1. I think he goes in there and torches him real quick and gets a bonus. But you never know. Lately, these guys on short notice coming from other promotions been winning. Terrence McKinney, Gregory Robocop. Yeah, so anything could happen. But I think Trevin for sure. The co-main to the co-main. On the last lock of the card, Chase Sherman versus Porky Porter. Not much to say. Parker Porter's not that good. He beat Josh. He beat a Parth man because he sucks. And then before that, he lost to Dawkins badly. And then for Sherman, he lost his last fight to Arlovsky, but it's losing to Andrei Arlovsky in 2021 that much of a bad thing. Andrei Arlovsky is the most. He won one fight, he looks great. Next fight, he doesn't. So, apparently Sherman got injured before the fight, so I'll give him benefit of the doubt. I think he'll win this easily, probably round 1 knockout. He's a minus 190 favorite. Completely agree. And Parker Porter, not that good. He's your typical, he's your 2000s heavyweight fat guy who likes to throw. So I think Sherman will get him out of there pretty quickly within the first round, maybe the first couple minutes of the second. If it gets to the third, it'll probably be a decision. But besides that, Sherman all day. After that, you got the co-main, another dog pick here. We got Clay the Carpenter Guida versus Marco Maxson. I got the Carpenter. Am I biased? Yes. Do I think he'll actually win? Yeah. I think Madison will probably gas after round 1. I could easily see the scorecards being 29-27. I think Guida will start turning it on in round 2, and in round 3, Madison will be so gassed because he's not a fighter. It will either be a finish. Payne and May has been talking about that all week, and I think I easily could see it, or it will be a 10-8. So I think the Carpenter will get a decision. The legend, the Hall of Famer legend, one of my favorite fighters of all time, will get a decision win like he did in his last fight. He could be on a 3-fight winning streak depending on how you feel about the Bobby Green fight. But besides that, Madison will gas, unless Madison gets a lucky finish in the first, like a slam KO, which I highly doubt will happen. But it could happen, but I doubt it. You don't finish the Carpenter like that. So I think Guido will get a decision, maybe a finish in the third, maybe late second, but bet some money on the Carpenter, definitely in round 3. Shout out Payne. And then the main event, another dog pick on my end. Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannoneer versus Kelvin Gastelum. I'm going to dog. Gastelum. I know. I think, and I'll explain why. This is the first 5 round fight for Jared where I think it will actually go 5. He had that fight with Jack Hermanson, but Jack Hermanson sucks. And I was talking about it earlier. Look at his 3 wins at middleweight. David Branch is not even in the company anymore because he sucks. Anderson Silva past his prime. And Jack Hermanson, who sucks. And he lost to Whitaker badly, even though he thinks he won somehow. I watched that fight and he got his ass whooped. So, I don't know. And then for Gastelum, he lost to Whitaker also, but not nearly as badly as Jared did. And before that, he beat Ian Heinisch. Not a good win either, but it's a win. And lost to Jack, Till, and Izzy. And I think people don't give Gastelum that much respect. I didn't. I'll be one of the people to say I didn't really give him too much respect after the Izzy and Till fight. But looking back, he's given Izzy his toughest challenge in middleweight. Like, not counting the Jan fight, because that was like heavyweight, shouldn't really count. But Gastelum gave Izzy the biggest challenge. I know it's not saying much, because he still got his ass beat. Could have taken a couple years off his career. But hell, giving Izzy a fight is giving Izzy a fight. And look at his last. Izzy destroyed Whitaker right after he destroyed Costa and beat Vittori. So Gastelum made it 5 rounds of champ. And Izzy trying, unlike the Vittori rematch. So I think Jared will win probably round 1 and 2, but then around halfway through round 3 you'll start seeing him gas, and that's when Kelvin will start taking his shots. I think Kelvin will get to the decision. I think 49-48 or 48-47, however that would go. I could see it being a split somehow, even though it's kind of obvious who won. And yeah, I think the dog here again will win. So that was the breakdown. If you didn't catch my picks, I'll say them one more time. Don't know for the first fight yet. For the second fight, I got Ignacio. After that, I got William Knight, Bia Malecki, Brian Keller, Luis Saldana, Brandon Royval, Vince Purcell, Trevin Jones, Chase Sherman, Clay Guida, and Kelvin Gastelum. I'm picking, I think, 6 out of 6 dogs. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's only 4 right now. Possibly 5 if I pick Sasha. And besides that, oh, and Purcell. So yeah, 6, because Purcell will probably be the dog by fight time, and Sasha's the dog, and I might pick him. So besides that, good luck on your picks. I'll try to do good on mine. My locks of the card are Brian Keller, Vince Purcell, and Chase Sherman. Tell me your locks, picks, all that down below. And go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all the shit. I'll link down there also. Yeah, that's it, guys. RX out.